No es un bajo, no es una guitarra. Es quizás el instrumento que más me ha sorprendido en mi vida. Un sonido único, una técnica peculiar. A simple vista, un instrumento imposible de tocar. En este vídeo vamos a descubrir qué instrumento es este y por qué enamora a todo el que lo prueba. Y sobre todo, cómo funciona. Bienvenido al mundo de Touch Guitars. ¡Wow! ¡Súper locura lo que acabamos de ver! Es la primera vez que veo una guitarra, ahora lo vamos a averiguar bien, sonando de esta manera. Es una absoluta locura. Así que te quiero presentar a mi amigo Stefan, que nos va a contar un poco qué es esto. Pero antes déjame decirte que estoy en 42 Studios, en el estudio de mi amigo Henning, y es donde he tenido la oportunidad de ver este instrumento y he dicho, ¿esto qué es? ¿Una guitarra de 8 cuerdas o qué es? Estoy seguro de que tienes mucha curiosidad y Stefan nos va a contar el origen, nos va a contar cómo suena y algunos trucos para empezar a dominar estas técnicas. Así que a partir de ahora, como él no entiende nada de lo que estoy diciendo, voy a hablar en inglés, pero bueno, seguro que lo entiendes y si no, pues lo subtitularemos. So, Stefan, how are you?
Yeah, fine.
Thank you for joining my channel.
Yeah,
And thank you for Henning for letting his studio. I'm very impressed by this instrument. What is this? It's a guitar. I saw it's an 8-string guitar with bass or something.
Yeah, so this is what people usually say. So they usually say, oh, it's another 8-string guitar. And I say, no, it's not. Yeah, obviously it's not. Because so the basic design or the idea of playing more in a vertical than a horizontal position goes back to the late 70s, where there was a guy called Emma Chapman. He developed a technique and also a tuning to play the guitar like in a more vertical position and just and not just so tapping with both hands like you obviously have seen. And he came with the idea and with his instrument, and we took this approach but went a step further. So what we did is we designed an instrument. So basically,
Whoa. Yeah? So you make this?
I'm the guy running the company, and Markus Reuter designed this instrument.
What's an honor? And what's the name of the instrument?
So the name, this is the S8 model. So the company is called Touch Guitars because you basically just touch it, which is easy. Yeah, so what we did is we took this approach from back in the 70s, so it's been a long time. And the problem so I played Chapman stick and war guitar all the time. And the problem with those instruments for me was like, it was not ergonomical. So what we did, we put, like you see, it's free floating in front of the body. I can put it in every position. It just stays there.
Yeah, very civil.
So it's like perfect position because the strap locks also go to different points and everything. And it's free floating in front of the body, like you can see. And if I approach it correctly, I can... with both hands on the fretboard.
But you're crazy. Did you start playing piano or something, or did you?
So I started at the age of 5. I really started playing piano. The funny thing is I can't even play guitar. So I just play this thing.
How did you? So you're crazy.
So yeah, like I said, I first got in contact with the Chapman stick, but there was nothing like, there's a book how to learn it, which is okay to start with, but there are no guys who tell you how to play this instrument. So what Markus Reuter did back in the days, like in 2008, he started to develop a technique for this instrument. So like a systematic approach in playing it, like how you play a note and not do. So you really learn to dampen the string with each finger, and you have to have technique just to play with both hands on the fretboard, do rolls like this, because you're always struggling with things like repetitions. So on a bass you do, on a guitar you do it with a pick, but on a touch guitar, yeah, you can do it with both hands on the fretboard, and that's the most difficult part to do. And what you do to do a roll like.
It should deserve a lot of time.
Yeah, so when I started with the stick, my technique was completely crap. So, and what I did, I completely relearned it in around 2014. So I started in 2000 with tapping instruments, but in 2014 I completely learned it from scratch because my technique was bad. I was staying there like this, and I was getting problems with the wrist, with the back, and everything. So with this instrument, it was perfect. Especially, so I'm completely relaxed. My hands are going completely relaxed to the fretboard when I play.
Improve it with this model.
So
like
we also improved the shape into how it sits on the body because, as you can see, it's slightly curved, and you have the cutout for the leg over here, and there's also a small cutout for the belly, and it's like if you see with the leg over here, it's going straight to your leg, and it's in perfect position to play.
Yeah, whoa, that's
so
great.
I just want to give one advice. If you tap on a regular guitar, it's much more difficult. So one thing we did is we enhanced the scale. So it's basically a bass scale length. So it's 34-inch scale length, and the strings are really, really thin. For example, it's a 105 for a low B, for low B flat, of course, which is usually people use a 125 or whatever, but that makes it easy to tap. So if you really want to get into two-handed tapping on a regular guitar, just tune down your guitar whole step, and you have almost the same tension that we have here.
Oh, so if I don't have this great instrument right now, and I want to try something, I could.
It's not the same, of course. The tuning is also different. We're tuned in mostly fifth, but that's another cup of tea. But anyway, our tuning is different so that we can cover the whole range of a 5-string bass. So this is my low B, and this is my high D, like the 22nd fret of your guitar, for example.
Yeah, but can we make an easy exercise? 1, 2, 3 exercise to people that are at home, maybe try a bit of the experience with their guitar. They have to tune down, for example.
Yeah, like tune down a whole step if possible. It depends on what strings you use, but you might have the same tension that we have here because, like you see, it's really sloppy.
But it's more easy to make the tapping, and then they have to put a damper on the first fret.
Yeah, so we've got a damper on the first fret. You can do it with a basic hairband or with a groove gears, doing these things, and all those guys.
Damper is un damper es como eso, te puedes poner la coleta, es como una esponja que puedes tener aquí y puedes poner debajo. Y va a sonar para que la cuerda al aire no suene.
The damper is just to dampen the open string. So if I tap a string, it's mostly quiet when I remove the finger. But one thing you can try to start with the technique. So basically what people always do is like do legato stuff or like this is what you know when you do your tapping. But we put another approach in it because when you play a note, you also want to define stop of the note. So what you do, you have three parts. So what you do, you always tap on the last third, like slightly touching the fret.
What note is that string?
So this is now C. I start just with the basic C.
Oh, and the open is C?
So the open string, so from this string, so it's B, F, C, G, it's the G string.
G string, okay. Yeah, okay, so in case somebody wants to try to sound like you.
But it doesn't matter what string it is.
You can try on the 5 string of the guitar and how to one.
It doesn't matter what tuning it is. It's just the exercise I want to show is just one exercise to get a clean note while tapping and to release it like it will sound cool. So most people play like they tap the note and then they release the string and you hear this.
This is not good.
This is not good because that's what we don't want. If I play a chord and I release, like, it sounds bad. Yeah. So it's noise. And what we need to learn is how to dampen the string. So what I'm doing, I'm just tapping the string and I release the string with the same finger, keeping in contact with the string. And if you hear, it stops. And then I can move away the hand without any problem because I dampened it with this finger and just released it. And the basic exercise I want to show you is, like I said, you can play with bass like this. We do a roll, which means you play 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. And with every note, we keep a focus on the release. So what I did in the beginning is just put a click on, and I just touch, release. It has to be quiet on the release, and then move to the next finger. Tap the string, And then I release a note, but keep in contact with the string. And if I move my finger away, it's quiet. So same with the next finger. So I'll like take this away to see it. I dampen it, and there's no noise. If I would tap it like this and just not do the release, it's like you hear the open strings.
Yes, yeah.
So on the basic exercise, it's just like doing it with all fingers, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. So back and forth. It's like. And to keep the volume even. And we're back. And the same with the right hand. So here my release was not fast enough, then. And now it's back.
It requires a lot of patio.
And do with both hands, of course. And then I'm back.
Oh, that's.
And especially, you also need this when you play, for example, funk stuff, or just like. It's quiet when I want it to be quiet. And especially if I do like those double stop, these things, for example. But you hear it's quiet when I want it to be quiet. And that's the most important thing when you do two-handed tapping. So you really need to dampen the note. And that's the first basic exercise people, and the most important, I tell everybody who wants to start with tapping technique.
And now we develop it. I know how to make it. I'm a master making that exercise.
So the next one would be, people are always thinking, like I just showed you when you things, they're thinking in a crossed movement, kind of, to help the low. So we are always crossed like this. What you can also do, you can also play uncrossed. And to get comfortable with this, it sounds boring, but it's still the same note. And we call it the daughter exercise. So all our exercises are called the family, and they build up to each other. So first of all, learn your release. That's really important. And the daughter exercise is basically the same, but you're alternating between the right and the left hand. So you start with the left hand, do your release, go to the right hand, with the first finger, do the release. Second hand, left hand again, second finger, right hand,
On the same fret.
on the same fret. Which helps you, what you're initially doing when thinking about it, you're now in the crossed position because this hand is leading. And you're going to an uncrossed position when this hand is leading. So I can go, or I can go. It also helps the finger to allow touching each other, which is also crazy for guitarists because they never, like I said, they played it like some notes here and the other notes here, so the fingers don't touch each other. But when I'm playing like this, the fingers. They're touching each other. And what I initially do is I'm changing the direction every time I change the hands. So like. It's pretty much the same. So that's the daughter exercise. Like summarize again, which is again the roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 5, but you're alternating between left and right hand. So first of the left, first of the right, second of the left, second of the right, third of the left, third of the right, fourth of the left, fourth of the right, third of the left, third of the right, second, first. So it's basically just one note because your tuning is different. So I'm showing you the exercise that you really can do on it. If you internalize those exercises, it's really easy. It's really easy. So even if you just tap around like. I don't think about anything. I just play a chord on the left hand like. So I'm playing bass and guitar at the same time. Or I just can play. I can play it like a regular bass. I can play playing the guitar reach. Or I can just do crazy things like stacking patterns together. Or So playing bass and chords, for example.
How do you learn these tunes? So it's transcriptions like tablatures or something like that? Or?
So we have a lot of tunes we have on tablatures. Like there's a Stickman song. So Stickman is the band of Tony Levin, who's also very popular in playing the Chapman stick.
Yeah.
He now also plays touch guitar. So there's a pattern like this. And the bass. And so on. So I'm just stacking patterns together, which is this technique. Is another approach in playing it.
It makes like a lot of thinking, different timings on each hand.
So I think it's a 15th on the right hand, 15th, 16th, and I'm just stacking a usual bass on it. So it's kind of phasing out, but yeah, it's cool. It's cool to do. Like you have all those options. So what I also do when I play in bands, I just trying to search my part, which might be just a basic bass line. I'm just doing. Might be this. So, which is pretty easy, but might also be that solo stuff or doing things like this with a distortion, for example. So everything is possible. So you can. I'm always trying to find my part in the band where there's place to put it, because I have all the range. It doesn't matter if I play bass or guitar or whatever.
But you have a band where you play this?
Yes. 2 bands.
2 bands, can you?
So one band is called Art Against Agony. The other one is called Isaac Vacuum.
The instrument is very interesting because it's like a guitar and bass at the same time, but also can supply keyboard.
I'm also using it with a lot of effects, like doing pads or doing ambient stuff in between heavy stuff. And with the band, it's cool because I always find a spot where to fit it in.
What's next? We have 2 exercises. You have another one who makes sounds more interesting, something?
So what I also do and what I like to do is to do the basic approach that most of the modern YouTubers call it like the polyphia guys.
Yes,
and all those.
they break.
So they... Yeah, it would be great to have some guys like these play a touch guitar, of course. So what they do is like doing a lot of pull-ups, these things, or to do to have some like guitar patterns. These are basically guitar patterns to do on the instrument. So there are a lot of different options to do.
I'm sure there's one song that when people hear say, okay, I want to learn this.
Yeah, so it's basically, so I'm into I did also acoustic stuff.
Yeah.
So we have an acoustic one with a semi-hollow body, and it's not here. So, but we also
you
have
it all of this.
Yeah. So these are the basic basic Polish models we did.
What is this?
This is Black Limber. You have a maple 3-piece maple neck, Buckeye ball top, ebony fretboard with a binding, and our own tuners. This one is Swamp Ash with a maple neck and ebony fretboard. But basically these are the same pricing, so you get them for 2.5.
And you have 2 different. Yeah, I didn't notice. Here is like 2 different pickups.
Yeah, on this guitar.
Frequencies.
Yeah, on this guitar, there's a special pickup system. We usually put on all the high-priced guitars now, and you have the option, of course, to get every pickup that you want. But what this is doing, we have 8 pickups for 8 strings, and we've got a special Limo output. It's called Limo.
Oh.
It's like those Roland pickups, and that goes into a breakout box, and from there we can process all 8 strings separately. So we're going to a mixer with 8 strings, 8 channels, and you can do whatever you want. What I like to do with it, for example, is like panning it from left to right, so that the low strings are on the left side, the higher strings are on the right, so like you have it on a piano. So when you sit in front of a piano, it's like this. And it's just crazy to hear it in a panned sound. I just used it on the last album that I did with Stefan Huth. It's called Fractal Guitar 3, and there was one song where I used the multi-channel pickup.
Oh.
on this one. Which is really
Where
cool.
can I get one of these? I want to learn this. Where can I get or somebody who is watching us?
Yeah, just go to touchguitars.com.
Yeah.
Of course, write me a mail, stefan@touchguitars.com.
Because this is not on a regular store.
No.
Because this-
Every instrument is custom made.
Custom made, yeah.
Yeah. So even those 2,500 euro instruments we do in Poland, these are custom made. So if you want some with maybe a green flame maple top and a roasted maple neck, we can do it. Still the same price. So it's 2,500 plus taxes and everything. Yeah.
Maybe somebody can think that it's an expensive instrument.
Yeah, it's expensive to make. That's my
Yeah, but
that's the point.
there are
But-
similar instruments on the market, but this is maybe the best option in price and relation with the price and quality, I think.
Yeah, so compared to all those other touch guitar builders, so touch guitars are
Oh,
great,
this
of course.
is totally different because it has your own system to be perfect when
Yeah, of
in
course.
balance with you. Yes.
And it's still one of the cheapest ones that you can get compared to all the other builders. So there's no other guitar
and
like this.
the other builders are not as good as you.
No,
I know, I know.
I also know.
So can you play your favorite song, please?
Basically, what I just played in the beginning. So I just want to explain what I'm doing there,
Yeah.
and then playing this song. So what I'm doing is especially. So when I'm doing patterns like this, I'm just doing some kind of drum stuff like left, right, left, right, left, right things. And I'm stacking two. Like just taking two chords together. And in the mid piece section, there's a pattern. It's a 9. It's and then I switch from a 9th bass to a 3 to 4, all based on the 9th pattern. So I try to play it. Haven't done it for a long time, but give it a try.
author of the song?
It's me.
Ah, okay.
I have an acoustic solo album.
We are going to get demonetized.
Yeah. No, it's free. So
So Henning likes the song so much, so he sees sleep.
I fell asleep. It was nice.
So you told me before this video that you have like all the user of this kind of instrument have like a community where they can go share tips and all the stuff.
Yes,
because let's say something has time and they say, okay, this is the instrument I want to play because I think it's great.
Yeah.
And they have time, they buy. So where they should go? They have a place or link on your website?
So it's touchguitarcircle.com.
Yes.
But it's also on our website linked. And they can also hit me up. And maybe we can do an introduction lesson. I'm offering lessons, of course.
Oh, great.
And we can do an introduction lesson with me or maybe with Markus Reuter. He's also part of the community. And the community is growing and people have a Slack board where they can share their practice sessions, share videos, share ideas, new exercises, develop techniques and all this stuff. And yeah, it's really cool, especially to keep all the players together and to keep them playing. So in the past, I often recognized that people buy such a kind of instrument and it's hanging on the wall. It looks beautiful, but nobody's playing it. And what we want the people to play the instrument.
Yes.
And that's why we did the approach, the community. And yeah, that's why I'm also here to show the people how to play it. It's not so important which model you choose or whatever. It's up to your choice and up to your budget, of course. But I want to spread the idea of playing with both hands on the fretboard. So that's what we do in the Touch Guitar Circle. Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time. Hope the community of this instrument grows. And see you next time.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Bueno, amigos, eso ha sido todo. Ya sabéis, tenéis su web que la he mencionado varias veces. Tenéis el enlace aquí abajo. Muchas gracias por ver este vídeo. Nos vemos en el próximo. Hasta luego. Bye, bye.